Okay, so for this next slide, it says adding integer rules. So now we're adding or subtracting by 3 digits, okay? So it says 3 or more numbers, right? There can be 4 or 5 more numbers. The answer always depends on the absolute value of each of these numbers, okay? So the first thing that I would recommend to do is to combine all of the same signs together. So getting the sum of it. So first, like for instance, for this top row, I would combine my positive numbers first before I add each of them and then I subtract. Because what if I had something like this? Plus, minus, let me put in parentheses like they had it, plus my positive. So first I would combine my positives because that would be easier. And then I would subtract by whatever my negative is, okay? And in the case of this one, I would combine all my negatives together before I add by a positive, okay? Well, in this case, subtracted by the negative. So I'm going to show you guys what I mean by that in this next slide. So I'm going to go over the subtracting rules. So here, remember how in class I went over with subtracting when you have two negatives next to each other. Remember, this looks like a disconnected plus sign, so I'm going to make this into a plus sign. So then I have positive plus my positive. Okay, so technically it would look something like that. Okay, and here, right, I'm going to still go over just two signs. This looks like a disconnected plus sign. I would use this one first. Okay, so then I would have positive plus your negative. Okay, so make sure you guys write these down on the slides. And then it says here that subtracting is the same as adding. It's opposite. So I'm going to write that right here. So adding it's opposite. Opposite. Because I added the opposite here, I added the opposite here. Okay, so then for this one, right, to work from left to right and then add, okay, so what I would do first, okay, is I would first look for my double negative. So here I have a double negative. Again, this is my disconnected plus sign. So then technically this would be plus my positive plus my other positive, but I'm going to subtract it by a positive, okay? That's how this one would look like, okay? Then if I go down to this bottom row, I have this disconnected plus sign, and I'm going to connect those. And then I have another disconnected plus sign, so I'm going to connect those. So technically here, I'm just adding by positive. So positive plus a positive plus a positive. Okay, so that's how this second row would look like. So work from left to right and add opposites. Opposites. Okay.